Welcome to the lecture. If you want to become certified SolidWorks professional and you want to accelerate your career, you want to stand out on the job interview, you have to pass SolidWorks certification exam. How to take this exam and how to pass this exam, find out on the end of this lecture. If you find this video useful, click like and subscribe. In the previous lecture, we have created this sheet metal component here by using edge flanges. Now we're going to show some other parameters that we have in the edge flange tool. Now let's go here to the edge flange feature, right click, and let's delete this feature. Like this. Now we have the simple sheet metal component. Now let's go here to the edge flange again. Now we're going to select only this edge here. Let's go up. Let's go here with length 50. Like this. And let's change the position here, the view. Let's go to the front, like this. Let's get closer. Now in the previous lecture, we have explained bend radius, we have explained gap distance and the angle. Now let's go down. Now we're going to explain the flange length and the flange position. So as we said here, we have some end conditions, blind up to vertex, up to edge and merge. As well here we can go with different direction, to this one and to this one. And here we have for the blind, we have a length that we can select. And down here we have a length, 50 millimeters. So how do we measure this length? And to measure our length, we have three options. We have here outer virtual sharp, we have inner virtual sharp, and here we have tangent bend. So let's go here first with outer virtual sharp. So the outer virtual sharp is a virtual point that is created at the intersection of edges that are tangent to the outer bend radius. So what it means? So here we have the bend radius. So we have one tangent line, and here we have the second tangent line. And now the length is measured from intersection of those two tangent lines to this point here, to this edge here. So for example, if we increase the angle, like this, let's go to 110, then here we have tangent line, and here we have tangent line, and then our intersection point is here. This is our outer virtual sharp. And then we measure our length from this point here to this point here. Now as you can see, if I change here to the inner virtual sharp, our length is different. It doesn't matter if I have here 50 millimeters. If I go here to the tangent bend, then it's also different. So the outer virtual sharp is measured from the intersection of those two tangent lines to this edge here. The next option that we have here is inner virtual sharp. We can see the changes in the length of the flange. So the inner virtual sharp is virtual point that is created at the intersection of edges that are tangent to the inner bend radius. So now we have tangent lines, this one here and this one here. And here we have intersection, as we can see. Then we measure 50 millimeters from this point, this intersection, to this point here. That's why when we click here on the inner virtual sharp, our flange is longer. And the last option that we have here is tangent bend. The tangent bend is used for measuring the length of the flange from an imaginary line that is tangent to the outer bend radius, this one here, so it's tangent to this bend radius here, and it's parallel to the end edge of the flange being created. So it's parallel to this edge here. So here we have the tangent line on this bend radius that's parallel to this edge here. And this is our length, 50 millimeters. So this is how you can measure the length of the flange. You can use outer virtual sharp, inner virtual sharp, and tangent bend. So let's go here with outer virtual sharp, like this. Let's go here to the 90 degrees and hit enter. Now here we have flange position. Here we have also a lot of options. Here we have material inside, we have material outside, here we have bend outside, here we have bend from virtual sharp, and here we have tangent to bend, like this. Now you can see all the difference here. So let's go to the first one, and this is material inside. So now as you can see, the material inside button is used for adding the flange thickness inside the maximum limit of sheet. So here, this edge is maximum limit of sheet, and our flange is inside of the maximum limit of sheet. As you can see, this edge is collinear with this edge of the flange. So this flange is inside of this maximum limit of the sheet. Then the next option that we have here is material outside. Now as we can see that our flange is outside of the maximum limit of the sheet. Now this edge here is collinear with this edge here of the flange, and our flange is outside of the maximum limit of a sheet. The next option that we have here is bend outside. Now as you can see, our bend starts from the maximum limit of a sheet. From this edge here starts our bend. Then here we have our flange. Then the next option that we have here is bend from virtual sharp, like this. Bend from virtual sharp is used for creating an edge flange such that the bending starts from the virtual sharp. And that virtual sharp can be outer or inner, depends upon whether the outer virtual sharp or inner virtual sharp bottom is activated in the flange length. So under flange length we have an outer virtual sharp, and now we can see that the bending starts from the outer virtual sharp. If we change here to the inner, now we have a difference here, as you can see. Now our bend starts from the inner virtual sharp. But let's go here to the outer virtual sharp. And the last one that we have here is tangent to bend, like this. Tangent to bend is used for creating an edge flange such that the bend of the flange lies tangent to the maximum limit of sheet. So as we can see, here is the maximum limit of the sheet, and this is tangent to our bend here. Also make sure that this button is enabled when the bend angle is greater than 90 degrees and less than 180 degrees. So for example, if we go here with 60 degrees, you can see this doesn't work. So if I go here, for example, to the bend from virtual sharp, I put here 60 degrees, this option here, tangent to bend, becomes inactive. So let's go here with 90 degrees, like this, and let's go here, material inside. So those are all options that we have here under flange length and the flange position. Now we're going to show two options here, and this is trim side bends and the offset. Let's go here with the offset. So the offset is used for creating an edge flange at an offset distance from the selected edge. So let's check this offset, and now here we can see that here we have an offset from this edge, from here to here. And here we can change the distance. Offset distance we can increase, and here we have a 20 between this edge here and this edge here, as we can see. Here is the offset distance. We can also go to other direction, reverse direction, like this. As well, we can change the end condition, blind up to vertex, up to surface, offset from surface, and so on. So this is how you can use here the offset option. As well, here we have an option trim side bends. Let's uncheck this. Let's click OK here. Now we're going to show when we can use trim side bends. Let's go here, let's select edge flange again. Let's go here to this edge, like this. Let's go up. Let's go here with 50, like this. And make sure that you have inactive trim side bends. Let's click OK. Now let's go here to this side. Now here we can see that here we have some extra material. Here we have some overlapping. So trim side bends tool is used for trimming or removing the extra material in the bends of the existing side flanges. So now for example, if we go here to the edge flange tree, edit feature, and now we can check here trim side bends. Let's click OK. And now we don't have here this extra material. Now here we have a cut, as you can see. So in those situations, when you want to remove this extra material, you can use option trim side bends, like this. Now if we go to the flattened version, now here we can see this cut, this one here. And this is it. Those are all options that you have here with edge flange tool. So in this lecture we've shown how we can change the flange length and how we can change the flange position, as well how we can use offset option and how we can use trim side bends option. In next lecture we're going to show depth feature tool.